Wrestling is about moments and making the most out of what you're given. Back in the day, there's a lot of character work, so those matches could mean a lot more because they've got that behind it.
Did you have any idea what you were doing in those early months?
No idea, particularly my first promo.
At what point do you feel like it started to click?
It took a long time to call myself a wrestler.
You're a 7-time women's champion. Is there one of those that means the most to you?
That's a hard question. You ask good questions.
You were never afraid to mix it up with the guys.
No, I just loved the art of selling and I loved working with the guys. There's no better way to garner some sympathy.
26 years into your career.
I would have expected a little.
Does anything hurt?
Nothing. I mean, I have a missing knuckle.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Where'd your knuckle go?
It's smashed inside.
That looks gnarly.
Yeah, right? Isn't it cool?
What's the story behind it? Have you seen the photo of a young Roman Reigns with a Trish Stratus poster?
I have.
Fair to say that you were Roman Reigns' first crush.
Yeah.
That loading screen got a lot of us in trouble.
It's like wrestling folklore.
Definitely. What's the story behind that photo shoot?
The crazy thing is...
What an intro. We've got a huge live show lined up for you today with WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. But before we dive into it, I've just got to remind you, when it comes to drinking and driving, don't be the heel. The one who thinks they're untouchable skips the game plan and puts everyone at risk on the road. That's not a storyline anybody wants. One bad decision can change everything faster than a 1, 2, 3 in the ring. Tag in a sober driver, grab a ride share, or call a cab. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Wow. Hi, guys. We've already been hanging out for like 2 hours at this point, huh? Amazing.
We're finally doing this.
Yeah, we are. It's been a while.
You and I have been talking about doing an interview
Since,
for like...
1999. No.
It's been a long time. But I'm so glad we're doing it here in our hometown. We're here in Toronto.
I've been wanting to do a Toronto event, obviously. And that's like, I have a couple of you guys, we talked about it where you're like, but when's the Toronto event? You know, we announced the tours and I don't know, it just hadn't stuck. I was going to do Fan Expo. We found out that SmackDown was going to be there. Let's tell them the story, right? Because we knew we wanted to do it. It just was like, where should we do it? We're like, we'll find a random con and we'll do it. And then SmackDown got announced in Toronto. I was like, Chris, what if we can find something kind of close to the venue, because people got to go to, who's going to SmackDown?
Almost everybody.
We're smart, we're not as dumb as we look. Wait.
I know. That was at me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then his person, Harris, called us up and said, there's something called the Second City Theater. I'm like, Second City Theater? I have history here. I've done stuff with them. I'm considered alumni here. Walk steps away from the arena. Perfect.
This is absolutely
in Toronto.
perfect.
Here we are. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. Okay, guys. When you guys go to SmackDown, you should totally start that chant. I'm just saying. When Chelsea comes out.
When you came out on stage here, your song is so iconic, and that giggle at the start is so iconic.
Yeah.
A lot of fans think that's your giggle.
Oh, yeah. Did you who thinks that's my giggle? Yeah, it is,
They're
right?
like, I don't want to think that now.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Yeah? It's actually Lil' Kim. Yeah. And not many people know that. Yeah, so it was kind of like when I get all the time, people come and we're chatting. As you see, I'm a babbler a little bit, sorry about the wait. And so people be like, oh, there's the giggle. I go, that's actually not the giggle, actually. It's actually Lil' Kim, yeah.
So this is completely full circle for me because I met you for the first time 25 years ago.
Wow.
February
you were
1st. I was 17 years old, February 1st, 2001 at the XFL kickoff party. It was you, Christian, and Kurt Angle.
Okay, I remember. Anyone else at that event? See,
wow, that's
I figured,
so amazing.
Right? Yeah, Palladium.
So I've showed
Palladium?
the photo
Yeah.
of me with Kurt Angle to Kurt.
Yep.
I've showed the photo of me and Christian to Christian.
Yeah, I didn't see our photo.
I took a photo of you with two of my best friends, Mark and Kyle, but I was too nervous to ask you for a photo.
Aww.
So there's a photo.
Does anyone have a camera so we can finally
Can
capture this?
we finally get this photo?
Wow.
So it's
good old Kyle. I remember. What a hell of a guy, I tell you. Tell him I
he's a
say
great
hi.
But it's so funny that I was like rushing to take a photo with them and like.
You were Russian? I'd have thought you were
Yeah.
Macedonian. Sorry, I got bad jokes all day long, guys, okay? Second City stuff. That's why they don't ask me back.
That's why you're on stage here. Yeah. So at some point today,
Yes.
we'll have to get a photo.
Absolutely. Is Kyle here, though? 'Cause I'd
There's
love
the
to have-
photo.
Oh, there's the photo of the Chrysalis photo. Amazing. Kyle's looking great.
So I took the photo, but didn't
And it's funny
get a
because it's like
photo.
back in the day we had we didn't do like, oh, I'm just gonna grab a selfie. We didn't.
Yeah.
Selfies were not.
We
a
took
thing.
this photo and got it developed like 4 months later. Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's amazing.
So at some point, we'll have to
Yes,
do this.
Absolutely. Should we do it?
Should we do it?
5-second pose. Here we go.
Wow.
All right, here we go.
5-second pose?
Yeah, 5-second pose. Someone send that to Chris, okay?
Please. Thank you, guys.
That's what he wanted. So we're done now. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I brought you all here so I can get a photo with Trish
He did all that
Stratus.
just for his photo.
It's called the First Crush Tour. And like,
Yeah.
how many people in here, your first crush was this woman right here?
Love it. Yes. Thank you, guys. It's kind of funny. It started like, what's that? Sorry, what was that? Stratusfaction? Someone said that, what? Stratusfaction. Yes, it will be delivered. So the first crush thing, I get that. Can you just assign that as, your first crush and, or from your first crush? So yeah, I did it. And then it became a thing. It really was a thing. So last year on SmackDown, I thought it'd be bold and be like, your first crush. And it went viral. And people were like, yeah, like totally. So First Crush Tour, here we are.
That loading screen from SmackDown 2.
Does everyone know? Are you guys familiar with the loading screen?
It's got a lot of us in trouble.
It's like wrestling folklore.
Definitely.
Right?
What's the story behind the photo itself and that photo shoot?
The crazy thing is, it's like when you do these photos, you just do them. They go in some stock thing. You don't know where they're gonna land. And so I actually hadn't started yet. I was on the road. They were bringing me, but they were working on my work visa to make it official, and also figuring what the hell we're gonna do with this girl. And so I just had like a bunch, and it was just like fitness modeling. I would wear some of these things for my autograph signings. And I had it in my bag, and they were like, oh, we might as well shoot some pictures. We're just, sitting around. So I put it on, did the thing, the zebra jacket, And then next thing you know, it ends up like being this iconic thing that's on everything. Like it was my first 8x10. I remember that, my very first 8x10, as well as the iconic loading screen, and as well as all of your jackets.
That's right. The new Chalkline jacket.
Yeah. So, and it's funny because Chalkline, props to Chalkline, right? They got some awesome things. And, you can tell we're really supportive of our Torontonian base. And so Chalkline, if you guys are familiar, they're from Toronto. And when I did the 2K media, when this year's video game came out, I did the media tour, and everyone was talking. They're like, okay, the loading screen. When my mom would walk by, they'd be like, I'm just playing wrestling. It's heavily, the area, right?
At what point did you realize?
Non-PG.
At what point did you realize it was a thing? Like that it had taken on a life of its own?
It was the media day that every single media was like, okay, that loading screen, it became a thing. So of course we're like, loading screen. What can we do with this loading screen? So now you guys are wearing the loading screen.
Have you seen the photo of a young Roman Reigns with a Trish Stratus poster?
I have.
Like fair to say that you were Roman Reigns' first crush.
That is a fair, yeah. Oh. And it's like personalized and everything.
Yeah, like
so like I must have.
You must have met him because it says
him.
to Joe.
Hello, Joe.
100%
Aren't you cute?
Stratusfaction guaranteed.
Actually, no. I actually vividly remember it now. I was like this. Joe, how are you? Good to see you. Okay, let me sign that for you. What's that? First crush? Ah, cute. And then I went, I'll see you later. I'm just saying.
Oh.
I'm just saying origin stories, okay?
Ooh, who was doing the point first?
Who was doing the point first? Who? Who? That's right.
Interesting. Yeah.
What's that? Acknowledge Trish. I thought you said college Trish. I'm like, I went to
Trish.
York University, actually.
How did that become your pose?
I don't know. So I met Roman Reigns, and he was, no. I'm going to come up with a good story because it'd be cool if I had an origin story for my point. I don't know. I just, you get out there, and it's funny because like I remember seeing like when the NXT girls come out, and you can tell it's part of like their training. And so when you come out, you do something. Everyone come up with something to do in front of you, right? But back then we just thrown out there literally. And so whatever you did just became the thing, I don't remember. It'd be interesting to see the first time I did that point, actually. That'd be kind of neat to see when I did it. I don't know. I really don't know. I was like, it's home run. I really have no story, guys. But I'm number one. Yes, yeah. I was trying to make a point. Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
Did you have any idea what you were doing in those first early weeks, months?
No, it was. I mean, we can go back and you can tell I have no idea what I'm doing. Particularly my first promo, not my proudest moments. It's like I came in a unique way, right? There was no indie. People kind of did the indie scene and then they make their way in. I had trained with Ron Hutchison here in Toronto, right? Yes. And so I had a little bit of background, a little foundation, but we didn't do we did wrestling, right? We didn't go, okay, guys, let's practice when you come in. What's your character? What's your, we didn't really do the whole theatrics of it all, I guess. So yeah, it was literally like, out there I was like, T and A. That's how it was. It was a bad promo, the first one, which obviously stands for talent and ability. Obviously.
Yeah, TNA, yeah.
Yes.
Test and Albert.
Yes,
Yep.
Test and Albert. Give it up for Test and Albert.
Yeah.
My boys, yeah.
Test, a Canadian guy.
Yes, indeed. I know. We did I think we did a signing before I actually became his manager.
So at what point in your career do you feel like it started to click? Is there a match or a feud where you can be like, I feel like I'm actually a wrestler now?
It's interesting you say that because there was it took a long time for me to call myself a wrestler. And I think it was a lot of it back in the day, the girls had their role and the boys did their thing, the girls did their thing, and they kind of dabbled. You know what I mean? If we were at an airport, for example, and there's fans and they're like, and someone would say, "Oh, are you one of the wrestlers?" I would be looking around to make sure there was none of the boys around because heaven forbid I said yes because they were like, "Did you just call yourself a wrestler?" Because they put in the time, they've done their thing, and even though I've had matches, I wrestle, we're on the road the same amount of time. It was kind of very different back then, It's so because of that, I think I have a little PTSD about it, but it took a while for me to acknowledge the fact that yeah, I'm a wrestler, and I wouldn't say there's a real distinct match or moment, but it was an era. I think when we're starting to get the Victoria era, right? Yeah. Jazz, I say Jazz, Molly, Jazz, Victoria. Those matches were okay, we're hitting our stride. People give a shit. You know what I mean? And that was a big difference. And I think maybe I can say a moment when I got a steel chair to the head. That was it's weird because if you're outside of this room, that sounds very odd to say that it was my I made it moment. But that was we kind of felt okay, we're contributing like the guys are, and we get to do cool things like the guys are,
Did you show up to TV that day and you're like, oh, I'm getting hit with a steel chair. Okay, well, let's figure this out.
Oh, no. They would never say that the girls can do that because that's what the guys do, right? So if the girls wanted to, it's like this thing, if a guy took a chair shot, it's devastating, of course. But if a girl took one, certainly she would die. Right? So me and Victoria are doing this hardcore match. We're telling these amazing stories and we're feeling it. We're having, it's stuff that we haven't seen from women, right? And it's continuous and it's building. And it was actually Fit Finley who kind of felt you know what we need? We were oh man, that would be that feels like a fitting moment before we went for our hardcore match for the pay-per-view. I'm not saying PLE. How about that? And so the amount of jockeying it took to get it approved, it was Vince, absolutely not. It's absolutely not happening. And we're just but we had to pitch it. We had to talk about it. We had to convey how important we feel it would be to our storytelling. We got the chair shot, and it was awesome. What a weird thing to say. When I got smacked on the skull with that steel chair, I knew I made it.
WrestleMania 18 was here in Toronto.
Yeah.
This doesn't get talked about, I don't think, at all. You were the match after the iconic Rock versus Hogan match.
Yeah.
So you're the semi-main event. But you're the semi-main event triple threat match is you versus Jazz versus Lita.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do you remember being backstage, getting ready to go out, and they're putting on, arguably one of the greatest matches of all time? Do you remember what you're feeling?
Yeah, we were in Gorilla
moment?
going. So we gotta follow that? We gotta follow that? And we might as well just not even go out. But no, you guys gave us some love. We got the crowd reaction. We got that. No, it was, first of all, that crowd, I mean, just to see that match from that position and watch them come through the curtain afterwards, watching the reaction, seeing the boys react, everyone, it was iconic and definitely a memory as a wrestling fan. Like, I'm like, shit, that was cool, But as positioning, nah, don't want that position. Thanks. But I think we nailed it. I think we did really well that night. And I think the crowd was into it. The Toronto crowd, I mean, for me, if you think about it, that was what,
2002.
Okay, so like I'd only debuted 2 years before that. I was just blessed and honored to be in a women's championship match. I mean, 2 years ago, I would have never thought I'm going to be in front of 68,000 people at the Sky Dome performing and hopefully winning the women's championship.
In your hometown.
In my hometown, Yes. Yeah, I didn't win it that night, but it's okay. It's fine though. But it wasn't my time. I do truly believe everyone's like, oh, you should have won that night. I'm like, no, it wasn't the right time. It's like, the Chelsea Green win. To me, I always say there's just like the right win. It's an organic win. It was the right moment. It wasn't positioned like, oh, she's the hometown girl. Let's let her win. And I think those are really special, And so that wasn't the moment. Eventually, it was my moment.
Do you remember the day when you were told you're going to win? You're going to become the women's champion?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, it was interesting because we didn't really have, okay, as you know, maybe you don't know, let me tell you. China had left with the championship. She was the champion. So there was no real women's division. There was nothing for us to be really competing for. Like, we're going out there and putting on our little matches, but there's no women's division per se. Then they decided to bring the women's championship, division back. And we've got 6 of the best women on the roster in the company at the time. We were bringing in Jazz, which was like, surprise. And this is hardcore from ECW. Like, it was big buzz behind it. We have Molly Holly. we got the debut of Jazz. We got Ivory. We got Jackie. Lita. And did I get everyone? 6-pack challenge. Did I get 6? Was that 6, guys? Yeah. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Who's counting? Doesn't matter. I won. Just kidding. So 6-pack challenge. They put it together. I'm like, oh, this is amazing that I'm in this amazing epic match. We're talking about it, and Fit Finning's like, and you're winning the title tonight. I'm like, I'm going to do what now? And I think that's what the crowd did as well when I won. They're like, did what now? Complete underdog story. Unexpected moment. It was North Carolina, so I think people thought it's a Lita win because we do that, right? Sometimes she's certainly going to get it in her hometown, and I won. And I was just like, it was a moment of like, we're about to have a women's division that they're going to focus on. They're putting the title on me, huge responsibility. And I was like, I'm up for the challenge. Like, give me the ball, and I'm going to run with it. I had Fit in my corner. And he was the one actually, I don't know what the original plans or if that was the original plans, but I do know that he spoke up for me. He was like, I don't know if they were jockeying the ideas, like, who should we put it on? But he definitely was like, she's been working her ass off. And, he just said she should be the one. And it was like the great way to usher her back in the women's division. Here's Trish Stratus. And here we are. Yeah. I did that bulldog. So my first time, did that little, it was like, what's my finishing move?
That was your first time doing it?
I think I did. So I was doing the running bulldog because I was green, right? So we were like, let's give her an easy move that looks devastating. Bulldog, it's very simple, right? You can't really mess it up. I might have messed it up one time, but anyway. And then we had to jazz it up a little bit. So then I did the springboard. The springboard became the Stratusfaction. The springboard element elevated it a little bit because, it's going to be a champion.
Speaking of signature moves, how did you learn you could do the MaTrish?
What did you just call it?
The MaTrish. The MaTrish. The MaTrish.
It's the microphone. Is this thing
yeah,
on?
That's it.
You're slurring again. He's had a couple drinks. Thank you. MaTrish. I like puns, guys, okay? But I'll tell you what's funny. It's funny now how everything's named, right? I'll come back to the story, pin that, because I do tangents sometimes. So I was one of the first women that really was like, because I grew up with just watching men's naming their moves, having costumes, and I wanted the same for the women because it kind of wasn't the same for us. So I'd get in like Jerry's ear, JR. I'm like, can we call this the da da da? And the girls would make fun of me, like, oh, Trish, you're gonna go name your move? I'm like, Yeah, actually, I'm going to the point where I'd be like, Molly, let's call it something. Mulligan round. Tell him, guys, when she does the thing, it's called the mulligan round. We had to like tell them because it would just be like girls match. It's it wasn't. They weren't necessarily. It was like she's doing a roundhouse kick. No, bitch, it's a chick kick. Okay. So MaTrish. We'll go back to that. It's very clever, I think. I think maybe Jerry even. Or I think he called it Matrix Reloaded or something. And I was like, MaTrish. I actually discovered, so I was off. I had a herniated disc injury, got totally into yoga. Like, guys, well, if you want to get into that, we can be here for like 2 hours, but changed my life, loved it. And so I delved into that. It helped me recover from my herniated disc and not have to do surgery. Went back and had probably the best run of my career afterwards, just because it was, yeah, thank you. For so many reasons, we can talk more about it later, guys. But I was literally in yoga class and we're doing back bends, right? And it's all Zen. And I was like, oh, that would be such a good aversion. And I was like, yeah. So then I brought it back. Victoria and I actually were having, I think the first time I did it, Victoria and I were doing a hardcore match. She went to swing with a trash can lid. I MaTrish. The crowd went, what? Because nobody had ever seen that before. And then I came up, which also, what just happened? And then I delivered a chick kick after that. So that was super fun. And actually, I can't tell. Okay, there's been a few people that have tried, but does anyone know who has been able to pull it off? Melina. Melina did it. No, she didn't do it. I know she's bendy, but she didn't know much. It's okay. I think I haven't actually done that upon return. I think I forgot about that amazing match, or maybe I'm not that flexible anymore. Just kidding, I am. I'll bust it out. If I go back, I'll bust it out. And all you guys will be like, she told us she was going to do that. She told us. Would you?
She still got it, they're saying.
Well, we'll see. If I don't pull it out, you'll be like, she had it.
All right, quick timeout from this live show with WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus and this fantastic crowd. Before you head on to your next show or to celebrate Labor Day weekend, I want to remind you of something important. When it comes to drinking and driving, don't be the heel in this situation. The one who thinks they're untouchable skips the game plan and puts everyone at risk on the road. That's not a storyline anyone wants. One bad decision can change everything faster than a 3 count in the ring. And getting a DUI, that's a loss you don't come back from easily. It can hit your wallet hard and impact your future in a big way. So if you're planning to drink, make the smart call. Tag in a sober driver, grab a ride share, or call a cab. Walk away as your own heavyweight champion by making the right call, protecting yourself and everyone around you. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Do you think about going back? Do you think about having another match?
Well, what's happening after this show? Just kidding. No.
SmackDown is tonight in your hometown.
It's all about timing, the right moment. I don't, here's the thing. Last year was my 25th anniversary. And I said, thank you. I did it, 25 years. I'm still alive. So I talked to WWE. We're like, what can we do to make it kind of a special? I didn't have to do a full-time run. We're just like, let's pick some cool moments to come back on. And I'm all about these moments that really make a difference, that matter. There's a few boxes that I need to check if I go back, and it's, it has to be not self-serving. It has to be like, let's pay the business forward a bit. Let's do something that maybe is a fantasy matchup or something like that. There's, a few things I take into consider before I go, yes, I will be there on Monday, And so we thought, how cool would it be to come out at the Royal Rumble as a surprise? And I don't think anybody expected. You do this thing like, oh, they're going to totally guess. No, I was out of people's minds, right? So
you came out at 25.
I mean, a little strategy. I was like, I'm coming back, but if it's the 25th, and they're like, oh, of course, right? Because you guys know how I like to do things. I like details. So 25th, that was perfect way to kind of come back. And if you guys notice, you go back, who was I? Who threw me out? Who was it? Naya. You see, I'm all about storytelling, planting seeds, planted that little seed there. And then, of course, we did anyone there? Elimination Chamber at the Sky Dome. Yeah, I said it.
It'll always be Sky Dome.
That's right. I did that. You guys, I was on breakfast television. I was like, yeah, Sky Dome. They're like, we call it Rogers Center here. I was like,
it's crazy. It's been Rogers Center longer than it was ever Sky Dome.
I actually said Sky Dome and someone didn't even flinch. I'm like, you don't know what the Sky Dome is. They were young. So that's, so then we thought, okay, perfect time to do this, tag match, me and Tiffy. Now we'll talk about planting Tiffy tag. What time is it? No. Wrong answer. Remove this man. just kidding. You can stay, but if you do it again, you're out of here. Sorry, heel Trish. So we thought we'd do this really cool match. And the cool thing is, where's my kids? My kids are here. Where are they? Stand up. Say hi.
The kids are here.
Yeah, Max and Maddie. Aw. Maddie's hiding. She's like, do not say my name ever again. So of course, as an old school wrestler, they had never they knew their mom was a wrestler. We'd gone to events and they could see that like people were like, want my autograph and things like that. And they've heard about it, YouTubed it. So the fact that I got to go back that many years later and actually have a wrestling match live in front of my kids was so special, right? And of course, Tiffy, like a nice, good, wholesome win, you know what I mean? It wasn't, so that was very special. So yeah, we sort of like, kind of picked a few events. Evolution, headlining with Tiffany Stratton, right? Women's championship match. And we were baby versus baby, right? So we're talking about planting seeds. So if we go back even a year, the Money in the Bank in Toronto, when I hosted that, we on purpose, this is me with the writers. Okay, so they just go along with it. Yeah, sure, Trish, if it pans out, I'm like, oh, it will. Like, I know it will. They moved on to other things around. Like, remember that time we did you don't remember? Okay, well, we did. They remember. He remembers. You remember. So we planned a little scene with Tiffy back then. And then we thought it'd be good to do the evolution, one-on-one, baby faces facing each other. And then we sort of thought about a little finale, a little final run. And then my mom, oh, thank you very much. Thank you. That was so much fun. So my mom got sick last year, as you guys may or not know. And so I just kind of took a break from everything. But so my point of all that is I like storytelling. I like to have it be not just like in the moment, like spontaneous and not mean much. And so if I was to go back, it needs to be like things got to be in place and he's got to be the right person and the right time and
So if you could have a match with somebody on the roster now that you've never worked with before, who's that match with?
Let me ask you guys, who would you guys want to see?
Oh, they're saying Liv Morgan, Chelsea.
Hold on, Chelsea Green, Liv Morgan, no. Jade. Oh, I don't know. I think she might break me. I don't think so. Who?
He said Oba.
Oba Fett. Yeah. I could totally take him. Oh my God. Chick kick. Alexa Bliss. Oh my God, that was supposed to be a dream match. Rhea Ripley. I'd like to fight Rhea. I could fight her.
Trish versus Rhea Ripley.
I could take her. Yeah. Well, I did fight Charlotte, right? Again. Yeah, rematch. I was like, remember that time you beat me? Well, this time it's my turn. The story's already there. Bianca.
Look, there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of potential matches out there.
Okay, so I don't know. I'm going to have to think on that one.
Yeah, Chelsea Green's from Canada.
It'd be kind of cool.
She has a championship as we sit here right now.
So like I could just go after the belt, like right away. Just go in.
8-time champion.
Yeah, I mean, 8-time champ. 8. That sounds good. I like that.
Well,
8 is my lucky number. I mean, oh my God. We'll have to see. Let me think about it. Yeah, let me think about it.
Well.
Okay. Well. I need. Does anyone have any wrestling boots? I mean, I've done some stuff in heels before, but not won a championship. Oh yeah, I'll just grab them.
Just grab them from out there.
This outfit, right? Yeah. This works.
Since you brought it up before, what made your second run in WWE that special for you? Why did you think it was better than your first?
Oh, okay. So I was saying that after the injury, that second leg of my career, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, something about having yoga in my life made me see things a little different. So like yoga's good on so many levels. Number one, physically, right? You can have a great body with it. Some people do. And then so there's this thing where, people say, okay, my son's in wrestling or like, well, what do you say to like a young person that's getting into wrestling? And I'd be like, man, stay true to who you are. You want to make sure that you resonate with the audience and authenticity is so important. But now I've shifted my answer a little. I'm like, do yoga. That is my line. Because honestly, like to go back 25 years later and just be like, my body's like, yeah, we're good. Let's go. I'm like, oh, okay. It's the yoga, you know? So approaching that business, you know, from a longevity standpoint, I think it's important. But the fact that like, you know, we get so caught up in your day to day, you're in this, it's like frenetic sound around you at all times. You're just like trying to grind, get through the day and travel and land in arenas, airports, hotels. But when the yoga came into my life, I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like you're like even being late for a flight, like I'm late for the flight is like, I'm going to be late, but I'll just take the next one. Like, it's like you sort of just see things differently. It changes your perspective. And it made me really appreciate how lucky I was to do what I was doing on the road. I was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm in Memphis. I'm going to go to Graceland. Like, let me not go to the arena, airport, and hotel. Let me go to Graceland because I'm here. I have this chance to travel and see things that like some people don't ever get to do. So it changed my perspective. Yeah, I know. Wow, woo, I went to Graceland. But it did. It really changed my life. And I felt like as a performer, like we used to drive between towns, right? You would go hundreds of miles sometimes. And I would just think that I thought headaches were normal all the time. I thought sore backs were normal because, yeah, you know, you would wrestle a match, you'd like your adrenaline's going, then you sit in a car for a few hundred miles, you get out, you're like, ooh, ouch, this is okay, we're good, you know? And I didn't have that anymore. I was like, oh, you don't have to live like that. That's great. So I'm just saying, yoga is amazing, but it did really, from a mental standpoint and from a physical standpoint, it really made me appreciate that last bit of my career.
26 years into your career now, does anything hurt when you get out of bed?
Nothing. I'm
That's
good,
amazing.
guys. Yeah. I mean, I have a missing knuckle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Where'd your knuckle go?
It's smashed inside of there. It's still there. It's just different form.
Whoa, that looks gnarly.
Yeah, right? Isn't that cool?
Oh.
It's like my cocktail party story. I'm like, and then people go, whoa.
Wait, what's
I'm like,
the story behind it?
I smashed Victoria really hard in the back of the head. And I came back and I was like, for the match, I'm like, dude, are you okay? Like, I hit you so hard. She's like, yeah, are you? I'm like, because I think I broke my hand. And it was like this big. And I was like, yeah, sure enough. But this is back in the day. I think I broke my hand. Okay, bye everyone. Packing up my bag like this, going like, okay, I just grab this like this, not using this hand. I drive hundreds of miles going, oh, this kind of hurts a little bit. You know, oh, I'll just drive with this hand. And like, broken hand, never thinking I should probably, I just was like, you just keep going because you can't show the boys that you're hurt, right? You can't show that you're a wimp. So I just carried on. And then once I got to the town, I was like, yeah, I think it was like this big mitt. And so, yeah, I had broken it. It was crushed in there. And they wanted to do surgery and pull it up so they could build it up again. I was like, you don't have to, is it going to still work? She goes, yeah, but you could get arthritis. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. But I got a weird thumb. That like bump.
Wait, yeah, what happened? What
Just
happened to your thumb?
Dislocated thumb, guys.
What happened there?
My career as a hand model was over. Actually, I don't remember what happened there. I don't remember. There was a lot of, I broke my nose like 3 times. Jackie landed on me once. Jazz kicked me once. Just lots of things, you know? Just, Nydia? What did she do? I had my arm in a sling. Was that real? Which part?
Hey, who's doing the interview here?
So it's physically we're doing, no, I'm just kidding. So many black eyes. Those were real. Those were all real. Which one? Oh yeah, no, that was real. That was from Jazz's foot.
You were never afraid to mix it up with the guys. And
No.
you took a lot of like big finishers from people.
That, guys, is my specialty. Like when people are like, Trish is a bumping machine, I'm like, thank you so much. Like I love it. And even like, I had this thing I had said, I'm not retiring until Nia Jax ragdolls me. And like, it literally happened in Toronto, actually. I just love selling. I love the art of selling. And I loved working with the guys and getting able to, because I just think there's no better way to garner some sympathy, you know? Or as a heel, like you got it, you bitch. You weren't supposed, you know, like.
So let's go through a few of these.
Yeah.
You took a choke slam from Kane, and it was a high choke slam.
That was here, right? That was here in Toronto. I remember Vince was like, oh, who was it? Some agent had said, you're not going to like this, but they want you to get chokeslammed by Kane. I know it's your hometown, like almost like, you know, that sucks, right? I'm like, no, that's amazing. That's that's awesome. So, you know, Vince was so excited that I was excited, but I'm like, I get it, dude. This is amazing, right? So, of course, you know, we did that. I will tell you that, what is he, 7 feet?
Yeah.
What's an arm? A foot? I was like 8 feet in the air. And I remember going, is the ground here? Like where? Like it just felt like I was like, like slow motion, just falling forever. I was like, can I just, okay, there it is. But that was quite the bump, yes.
When Bubba Ray Dudley was putting everybody through tables, he put Trish Stratus through a table.
Look how weird we are. We're like, yeah.
You guys are clapping?
I love it. We're all a bunch of weirdos. It's great. Honestly, big moment for me though, because I was a newbie, right? I had just come in. And I knew, and I even told Bubba, I was like, I know for the women, some of the women, you take care of them, you know, maybe a little less aggressive than you would with others, but don't do that for me. I want to go full on, treat me like I'm like one of the guys going through it. And he always tells me the story that he was like, are you sure about that? You know, I'm like, yes. And I knew that like everyone was watching. You guys were watching, the guys in the back were I said guys, but you know, the girls, whatever. My colleagues were watching. And I knew it was a chance to like show you guys that I was willing to put my body on the line and show them I was willing to do that as well. So that was a big moment for me. It was cool. So thanks, Bubba, for smashing me through a table.
You kind of missed the table too. So like you got half table, half ring.
Hey, he was great.
You took an RKO from Randy Orton.
I did.
One of the few women who have taken RKO.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So he hasn't really...
He's given a handful of
There's
them.
not too many legends out there in the lady department, is there, guys?
The legend killer.
But I'm alive and kicking. No.
Nia Jax has taken an RKO.
Okay.
Beth Phoenix, Stacy Keibler.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She did. That was a good one. She's Stacy Keibler.
There's only a few.
Yeah, that was cool. No, it was like, and a great moment in the match, like a great moment. You know, I love that when we're putting the matches together and we know that there's going to be that. Here's the thing, like, do we miss intergender stuff? It's cool, right? Like, to be honest, when you watch back, you're like, that's aggressive. And you understand why they don't want to do it now because it looks like that looks really wrong for him to be hitting her like that, you know? But that era was so cool to see like female and male superstars or just like that character and that character mix it up was pretty awesome, you know? Oh, and the spear.
The spear.
Did you remember that one, Edge? I remember he said to me, he's like, I literally thought I killed you. Like, if you look back, you can see him being like, oh, I think she broke. Yeah.
Did you take the stunner?
No stunner.
Okay, well, he's an equal opportunist.
Never
so that
know.
could happen at any point in time still.
Didn't Lillian take one or someone?
A lot of people have taken the stunner.
Yeah, I mean, well, girls though?
Linda McMahon took a stunner. Probably the worst stunner of all time.
I don't know. Vince's stunners are pretty bad too.
Vince and Linda have the worst stunners
They're
ever.
not wrestlers. They're older. Yeah.
You're a 7-time women's champion. Is there...
Woo! Thank you. Thank you. One more time.
One more time.
So I thought you said one more match. And I was like, just one match, I'm going to get it. But you said one more time. So maybe there'll be a little program and then one more. Yeah.
Okay.
8-time champ. Okay.
Yeah.
7-time champion.
You're
yes,
a 7-time
correct.
women's champion. Is there one of those that means the most to you?
Oh, man, that's a hard question. You ask good questions, Chris. Gosh, they all have their special meaning. You know, like the first one, obviously, you never forget your first, you know, as they say. What's that? Yep, that made sense there, totally. So Mickey James... No, wait, sorry. Mickey James and I had that was hurt. I lost the belt to her. I would say the Lita one, the one in Unforgiven, like my 7th win, because what? I'm retiring and I'm going to win the championship and leave with this title? What? Like that in itself is crazy, right? Is anybody there?
Oh, wow.
Love it. Love it. I mean, yeah, that was a fairy tale ending. You know, it was just like the fact that I got to do it in front of my hometown crowd, you know, and with my longtime rival of Lita and win the championship for the 7th, which at that time, you know, now it's like, 15, 25-time champion, you know, but back then it was unprecedented, as they say. So that one was really special. Bittersweet because I was leaving the business I loved, but I was ready for the next chapter of my life. So yeah, that was a really special one.
Hey, let me ask you a serious question. Did you know that driving high is considered driving under the influence? That's right. Driving under the influence of marijuana is against the law in every state. That means even in states where marijuana is legal. That means driving high could get you a DUI. And even if you think law enforcement officers can't tell when you're driving high, well, my friend, you'd be wrong. If you're high, they can tell. Your friends can tell, your coworkers can tell, Even your parents can tell. Everyone can tell. So what makes you think that law enforcement officers don't know when you're driving high? You'd be wrong. They can tell too. Driving under the influence of marijuana can slow your response time and change how you perceive time and speed. So even if you think you're fine to drive when you're high, you're not. Because the bottom line is if you feel different, you drive different. And driving high is driving under the influence. So remember, drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Did you have instant chemistry with Lita? Like, you guys worked so well together.
Yeah. Yeah. She's like, I think everyone in the business has that person that they're like, it's like, I like to say like a Rock Austin, KO, and Sami Zayn, you know, like that kind of thing where you're like, you don't even have to, you barely communicate. You just go out there and do your thing. You kind of can read each other's bodies. And it's such a, you got to consider yourself lucky when you have that with an opponent. And when people just, I know, right? That ran, woo! I just think like, yeah, we were right away, we were both the new girls at the same time, 2000. And, you know, I remember like I'm like, are you, and I'm like, so have you started yet? No, we talked on the phone and she's like, I've been training. And I'm like, oh, yeah, me too. And she's like, oh, yeah, I hadn't had like any matches professionally. She had some spectacle matches, you know. She was saying she was nervous because I was the fitness model. And she's like, how am I going to get on TV with this chick doing her thing? And I was like, how am I going to get on TV with her being that great in the ring? You know, so we both had our things. And the cool thing about me and Lita is the yin and the yang of us, right? Like we're so opposite, but yet we're the best of friends. And to this day, you know, she's Max's godmother. So we kept her in the family. Yeah. And when I inducted her in 2014, that's when we were like, you know, we got to hang out more. Let's take this show on the road. And we formed Team Bestie official. That was the official inception of Team Bestie. And we put the Team Bestie tour together and we got to go out on the road and see all you guys together. But it was cool because there was always like the Lita fan and the Trish fan were like, you know what I mean? Like they were opposites, right? Like, nuh-uh, she's overrated. And then, you know. But finally, people were like, okay, if they like each other, then we like it. And okay, we're all one big, you know, family now. So, and then the novelty of getting a shot with Team Bestie is pretty cool too, right? Yeah. She's busy. I can't. So.
How did you find out that you were going to main event Monday Night Raw with Lita? What an iconic moment.
Right. Oh my gosh. Thank you. We were riding together, but kayfabe, don't tell anybody. And we walked into the building together, and we remember walking in and like people were giving me like, we're like, sup, what the heck's going on here? There was a weird vibe. We're like, oh my God, like they knew, we didn't know yet, right? So we walk in, and so I don't know if you know, but when you walk, they say that's gorilla position there, there's like a whiteboard there, and they put the matches, and it's obviously the top one is the main event. And we walk in and we're like, wait, what? Like, and I swear to God, guys, we thought we were being ribbed. We thought there was like Bubba and like, you know, Matt Hardy behind the curtain, like, let's see if they really believe this. Let's see the reaction. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it was. Like, the girls, we don't get the main event, right? So yeah, we went like that. Michael Hayes was the first one to approach us and says, big night for you guys. And we're like, holy shit, like, wow. You know, at the time, who would have thunk, right? And I remember we had just come off the road. We were, you know, doing the house show run. And we just remember like thinking how funny it is. We looked back on this moment. We say like, there was some, I guess were the Diva girls there? I can't remember at the time, but we were thinking how people like, for the girls was like, you had this segment where they're getting ready and that's all about how you look in the segment. And we were like old house show clothes, sweat, smell, probably it's not smell-o-vision, we'll be okay, you know? And we didn't care what we were wearing. We're just like, we don't want to worry about like, because, you know, people focus on like, oh, can you rhinestone this for tonight? And they're focused on we wouldn't even care. Costumes didn't matter. We don't care how we look. We just wanted this match to like land. We wanted to kill it. We wanted to prove to you guys and to the, you know, everyone in the back that we deserved this spot and we earned it. And maybe we'll get another shot one of these days. You know, of course, having the built-in storyline that Lita and I had, the history leading up to that moment, it was absolutely perfect. And I love that, like, you can see the meeting where they're like, this feels like the culmination of what we had done, all the work, weeks of work, and years of the rivalry too. It felt like the right moment. You know, like I say, these organic moments. That was definitely an organic moment. And yeah, and then of course her winning it in, it was Charlotte, right?
Charlotte,
North Carolina,
yeah.
Right? North Carolina, I mean, according to her billing. It was great.
And wasn't Charlotte Flair in the crowd that night?
Yeah, do you guys know that? Yeah, it's really cool. Like she was in, and there's like these stories where, and I've heard Natty say it as well, where like, of course you guys are going to end up in the business. Natty, Ashley, Charlotte, whatever, you're going to end up in the business. Ashley's, or sorry, kayfabe. She's my friend, Ashley. There was like, who's Ashley? So Charlotte was watching, and she was like, when she saw that, she's like, okay, I can see me doing this now. Not that she's relating to her dad, but seeing women doing what we were doing, she was like, okay, I get that. And same with Natty. She says, of course she's going to do it. She's a heart, for God's sakes, right? This is the family legacy. But her seeing that, she was like, if I can do what Trish is doing, like, I can see that, But yeah, special night.
What a match. What a moment.
Yep.
Amazing.
The mask. Who knows? Chelsea Green might bring it out one of these days.
Maybe. Maybe a bedazzled mask.
I remember when I went back in 2003, and there was a moment where I got, there was the ladder match for our Money in the Bank, and I got smashed in the nose. And I remember I was like, oh man, it'd be so iconic if I brought back that face mask. I'm like, no, I'm going to bring back that face mask. We found the exact same face mask and brought it back. And I remember reading comments like, oh, she pulled the Cody Rhodes. I'm like, did I? Did I though? Or did Cody Rhodes pull a Trish Stratus? Okay, we're just saying. When you're old, you're old.
Earlier in your career, you had this backstage moment with Triple H that gets replayed still to this day, where he's teaching you how to do wrestling moves, and it looks like something else.
Yes.
What was the setup for this, and did you know it would turn into what it's turned into now?
No, that's the thing with these moments. You never know what, like I didn't know that photo I took on that, random Monday night would turn into this iconic loading screen and on all your jackets, We just, we thought it'd be hilarious. We thought this is going to be funny. Of course, it was fueling the Trish and Stephanie storyline. Iconic moment. And I'll tell you what, funny story. Do you remember, I think it was the 25th anniversary, one of those anniversary shows, 20th anniversry. Do you remember when DX came in?
Yes, I think it was like the 1,000th Raw, right?
Okay, there you go. Yeah. See, good. Historian. I'm like something that I was like, what is it? What do you want me to do? And so I had talked, so we were like, what can we do? And the original idea was that I was going to be teaching Stephanie yoga. And then Triple H was going to walk in and be like, what's happening? Oh, I'm like, no, we're just doing yoga. So just to make it, because I was all yogi at the time. And so we thought it'd be super fun. And then it somehow got changed. Stephanie got tied up doing some other stuff. And then I ended up with DX and having a very awkward segment. So go back and watch it. Just go watch it.
That feud you had with Trish, or that feud you had with Stephanie, does anybody slap harder than Stephanie?
No, she's the queen. She is the queen. I can confirm that. Some people have definitely rivaled, but she is the queen. I mean, she's good.
I think people might forget that when you debuted, you were a heel. And it's the whole build up with Vince McMahon finally leading to you slapping Vince that makes you this massive babyface.
Yeah.
Did you realize what you were getting into being the bad guy coming into WWE?
No, that was just, I don't know if they just thought that's she feels like a bad girl. I don't know what it was, but I remember us being backstage. I remember where it was Long Island, Nassau Coliseum. Me and Lillian had bonded. We bonded from the very beginning because let's just say that at some points, the locker room was kind of mean. And me and Lillian got, we'll say bullied, I guess we can say. And there was times where why is my makeup counter, why is my stuff here? It was on the counter before. And it's because you don't get that counter because you're new. And so there was stuff that happened. So Lillian was going through it. I was going through it. And we're like, do you want to, let's be friends because then so we can, so we bonded early on. We started driving, whatever. And so I'll never forget. They're like, okay, you're debuting. It's going to be, it's Tess and Albert. You're going to scout them where you're a bad guy. You guys are bad guys. You're going to be TNA. And I was like, I need an outfit, And so we went to the local mall. And I just knew, I was like, I want to pick something that's identifiable, something that can become iconic. I was like, I want people to wear a costume of me one day, So we went to the mall, and then cowboy hats were all the rage. Who knows what it was, but there was cowboy hats. I had the duster jacket. What was that? What?
Blame Toby Keith.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. I was just gonna say that. Who's Toby Keith? I'm just kidding. He's a country singer, I know that. And then I had the boots already, so the boots became my thing, and it just the Trish Stratus look came together that night, and it was so fun to put together. And what was the point of this story, Chris? What were we saying? I'm rambling here.
You finally end up turning babyface
Yes.
when you turn on Vince.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It was the
So I was
whole
the bad
build-up
guy.
to
It was
that.
like me and then of course the perfect rival with Lita, and then TNA dissolved, and then I was kind of on my own, and then went into the Vince McMahon storyline. So people are like, how did she get people? I hear this like she got so good at wrestling, like in the business, right? Had the right head in the business so quickly, but it's like because I worked with the boss. Like I'm going to bring my A game. You know what I mean? I worked with him, learned a lot from him, and of course put me in some interesting predicaments for sure. But there was the moment where we knew like WrestleMania was going to sort of switch everything, right? It was like sort of like it culminated to this moment where I got to slap Vince McMahon, and Trish Stratus got to stand up on her own and show the world what she could do. And then I got to have the run and start wrestling a little bit, and it changed the whole trajectory of where I was going.
And was that the plan all along when you started working with Vince, that it would lead to that slap and then the program with Stephanie?
I don't know if it was necessarily the plan itself. I don't know. I knew that they wanted to have, like, of course I was put with McMahon, and then I knew they were like, this thing with Stephanie and Trish was like, it was money. I mean, even that match, if you look at that match, like nobody thought that was going to be good. People thought like that bar was really low for that match, And so me and Steph, we talk about all the time. We were super proud of that because I don't think anyone expected much more than a few slaps and some hair pulls, And so we worked really hard on that match. And we were, I just think it's cool that it's kind of like a rivalry that people go back on and remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great match.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. That was my first big pay-per-view match. So no way out.
And with great respect, you weren't being given a lot of chances early on in your career. Like there's a lot of matches where the matches are either really quick, or you're having you had a gravy bowl match with Stacy Keibler.
I did.
But you made the most of it.
That's what it was like, making lemonade, right? Like it was like, and it's funny, I do remember that day we got there, and it was, American Thanksgiving was coming up, weirdly in November or whatever. Am I right, Canadians? And so they were like, so we had been doing some wrestling, right? Got away from that other stuff, and we were excited about having the chance to do some more wrestling. And then I remember Fitz like, ugh, you guys are gonna hate this, but you guys have a gravy bowl match, because it's Thanksgiving, so you guys have a gravy bowl match. I'm like, oh, that's adorable. But I was like, all right, well, if I want to have to be in a stupid gravy bowl match, I'm going to jump off the ramp, get thrown off the ramp. That's how I'm going to start this match. So instead of puppy chance, it was holy shit chance. That was cool.
Then they used that moment in the opening. Was it for SmackDown or for Raw?
Raw? Yeah, Raw, yeah.
That moment was on the opening of Raw for years. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That's what I think it's all about. Listen, wrestling is about these moments and making the most out of what you're given. And even like you said, you were barely given time at time. Well, that's fine. You give us 3 minutes, going to be the best damn 3 minutes you ever got. And I think a lot of it is it's sometimes we look back, and I think Amy and I have done this where we're like, that match is 8 minutes, but it's so good. You know what I mean? So you can do stuff in 8 minutes as long as you have the storytelling. I think back in the day, we had such I just think characters were really, there's a lot of character work. There's a more storytelling than I think today. And so those 8 minute matches could mean a lot more because they've got that behind it.
Yeah. Do you guys remember this recent match that Trish had with Becky Lynch? Inside a steel cage?
Yeah, just a little steel cage.
So Trish is walking to the ring for this steel cage match with Becky Lynch. And then she confronts a fan in the front row. And do you remember what you said to that fan?
Thanks for
Shut the F up.
Hey, my daughter's, she was so mad at me. Sorry, Maddie, I have to pull you up again. Listen, guys, let me tell you something. I am very eyebrows up, PC, whatever you want to call me. I don't mix with controversy much. You know what I'm saying? So I come back, and someone from my team, someone close to me, was like that moment before the match went viral. I'm like, what moment? I'm trying to think, did me and Becky, did we look at each other? What was the moment? I can't remember. Also, I was concussed. So I truly did not remember at all. Not even for nothing. No, nothing. You can't jog that memory. So then they're like, when you said, sorry, Maddie, my daughter's there, okay? STFU. And I was like, I said that? I didn't say that. What do you mean? I was I could not even envision me saying that. There's no way. I was so into Trish Stratus' character that night. And I was like, what did you just say? Did you just say Becky's gonna beat me? Like, I was so mad. And I don't know, it just came, I swear, it's not like me. it just came out of my mouth. And I told Maddie that too. She's like, can I tell the story, Maddie? She's like, I heard you. I was like, what is that? She's like, you said a bad word. I was like, no, I didn't. She's like, and then she shows me the clip because everyone in the world had seen that clip. And I was like, oh yeah, that was my character, honey. So that's how I get away with it. But yeah, that was quite a moment. Yeah, the viral moments.
That's a great match, though.
It was a great match.
It was
right?
such a good match.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I just feel so blessed that I got to have, like, in 2023, who would have thunk that Trish Stratus could go back and have a cage match? Not just that I went back and had one, but just something we would never even have brought to us, right? Like, there's no way. I mean, I know there was one. It was Victoria and Lita. They had their first cage match. Yeah. But if you notice, they do not use the cage much. It's just a match inside of a cage, which was not a coincidence. That's what they were instructed to do. We just wanted to really tell the story. And I think the fact that we had this amazing storyline between me and Becky, there was no other way. Like, it had to culminate to like that type of a match, that level of a match. And I was just, like I said, I'm just blessed that I got to go back and do something that, like, back in our day, we didn't have that consideration. And so, to this day, and I've had favorite matches, WrestleMania 22 with Mickie James, of course, my main event with Lita. Yeah, like, these are important matches to me that mean a lot, and they're just, like, they stand the test of time. But the Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus match in the cage is one of my favorite matches of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll get right back to the episode in just a minute. Drinking and driving is a decision that will change your whole world. Things will never be the same once you get a DUI, because legal fees and time in court are just the beginning. Getting into a crash is another way your world could be irreversibly changed after drinking and driving. Your vehicle may not be the only thing that gets damaged in that crash. You could face a life-altering injury or even death. But you're not the only one who could face those consequences. Your decision to drink and drive could permanently change someone else's world, whether you injure them or leave their loved ones grieving. The next time you're drinking, call a rideshare, a taxi, a sober friend, or a designated sober driver. Always plan for a safe ride home. The only decision that will change your world for the better is the decision to call for a sober ride. It's never worth it to drive drunk. Don't risk it. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
You've had so many amazing moments in your career, but I'm curious, what do you think's been the biggest pop of your career?
God, guys, help me. What do you guys think was the biggest pop? WrestleMania 20? When I slapped, was that Vince? Was it? Do you know what I think was? Oh, I think when I hit the sharpshooter in Toronto for my retirement match might have been. I remember actually that was because that night. I mean, obviously, no one thought I was going to pull a sharpshooter out, right? Nobody knew that. I remember actually word got out that that's perhaps what I was considering to finish this match with. And a certain someone came to me and was like, why would you do a match or do a move you've never done before? I'm like, if you're asking the question, you truly don't get it. I'm like, because never mind. Just go watch, enjoy it. And Vince took me aside afterwards. I thanked him. We had our moment because I was leaving, right? And he says, I have to be honest, when we heard you were doing the sharpshooter, internally, everyone was like, why would she do, I don't think that's the right move. It's not her signature. It needs to be something recognizable. And then he goes, but you've always had a great mind for this business. And you knew there was going to be a moment that connected with the crowds, especially here in Canada. And he says, and I was just like, I trusted you. I knew that you had something behind it. And he goes, I didn't even on paper, I was like, I guess, we'll see. And he's like, but when I heard the reaction, so when you get that from Vince, he's like, you're smart. I'm like, thanks, dude. So it was pretty cool. It was an awesome moment. And then Brett sent me a text, and I was like, I got a text from Bret Hart. Look,
what did it say?
It said, that was amazing, and I love that you used the sharpshooter.
Amazing. When your music hit at number 30 in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, that was big.
That might be one of the biggest pops ever.
That was big. I was actually, because I always have a little bit of every time you come back, ask old timers. When you come back, you're like, do people care? You're afraid. Sometimes, I didn't even know all you guys were going to fill this theater even. Because you think.
They're all here for you.
Thank you for that, by the way. I just, 26 years later, it's like, thank you for all the support, You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, that was cool. So it was like, I think I love it. I love those out of sight, out of mind moments where no one's even thinking of you. And then number 30. And I remember Vince particularly was like, so I was asked to do the match. We want you to come back, and Vince wants you to come out at 30. And I was like, that's a yes for me.
I think the question everybody wants to know the answer to is, how do you still look the same 26 years later?
Great yoga, yeah. Good lighting and makeup, guys. Well, we had a joke. What's our joke from the red carpet? You asked me that, similar to that.
Water.
Just stay hydrated, guys. But I know it sounds crazy, but if I'm going to give you some nutritional lesson here.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah. I really take care of my body. I take care of what I eat, what I do, how I do the due diligence, so to speak. And I stay hydrated. I think it's important. I've had makeup artists go like, there's like a plumpness to your skin. Like it's something, so drink your water, guys. Okay. And it's not the same if it's like in your tea, it's not the same, guys. You have to drink water. I don't know. I think taking care of yourself. I've done that for a long time. And yoga, it's a yogic lifestyle. It's like to take care of yourself and, less processed foods. I mean, we can go into a nutritional seminar here if we want to. But yeah, taking care of yourself, it does pay off.
Do you have a number in mind for how much longer you want to wrestle? Because you clearly can do it as long as you want, it seems.
I don't know. I mean, I just know that I'm only going to do it if I can give 100%. Every time I've gone back, I'll watch the video and I'm like, ugh, is it shit? Let me see. And I'm like, oh, it's pretty good. But if I watch it back and I'm like, if it's like, she was good, she was slower than usual, but I don't want it. I don't want that. I want to give you guys my 100%. I don't want you to be like, no, when that last run was a little, I don't want to do that. So as long as I can go, and I always, when I say due diligence, I remember I got for the 2018 Royal Rumble, right? First ever historic, and they called me, I think it was John Laurinaitis. He was like, okay, they want you in it. It's iconic. It's historic. And I was like, I will let you know. I'm going to check my calendar. But secretly I was like, I had to call, do you guys know Fuego, Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, dude, put up the ring. Let me see if I can still do this shit. And I got in the ring and I was like, yes, I am available, John. I just wanted to make sure that I could still do it. And it turns out that wrestling's like riding a bike when you're a wrestler, I guess, or when you do yoga, I don't know. But I just want to make sure that I'm not going to get half-assed. I'm not giving you a cool 60, I want to give you 100% and make sure it's impactful and it means something and I'm good. I want to be good.
Do you have an underrated match that you think more people should talk about or more people should go back and watch of yours?
I would say me and Jazz. She's so good. She's so good. I mean, honestly, it's funny because that thing we did in Vegas, I did a whole thing on stage and it was really neat. I produced this weekend event. It was like the first Crush, but in Vegas, right? This was the similar thing, but in Vegas during WrestleMania. And I got the chance to curate some programming, right? So I had the girls, I had the Golden Era girls. We did a Q&A. You were there. A few of you guys were there. I had Lita and Garcia and I do a one-on-one together. So it was really cool to do that and bring back the girls and give them their flowers. But when I put the video out of me and Jazz, people were like, damn, that was people forget it was so intense. And it was the right point in women's wrestling where it needed that. It needed to be just up a little notch where she was so intense and so fierce. And I was the perfect underdog for her. And we had some crazy matches. So I think if you look back, I think Insurrection is a match that we had that was I remember I remember when we made the DVD, the Trish Stratus DVD, I was that we did a top 10 list and I wanted it on there because I don't know if many people remember. Go back and watch it, guys. It's really good. Yeah, she's awesome.
Before I ask you my final question,
is this over?
This hour has flown by. Yeah. You have 1,000 more people you want to do meet and greet with too.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you for making this happen. Thank you for joining all of us here.
You cued it. You're welcome.
And thank you for entertaining us all these years. Congratulations on an absolutely incredible career, a history-making career. You're incredible. So thank you for taking the time to hang out with all of us here tonight.
Thank you guys. It's a two-way street. Thank you. Thank you for coming, all of you guys, supporting. You and I, this was going to happen. I knew we got the perfect moment in our hometown with you guys. So thank you. Were you guys stratified? Cool. Thanks, guys.
I got to ask you the question I ask everybody at the end.
Yeah, okay.
Gratitude, such a massive thing in my life. I know it's a huge thing for you too. So Trish, as you sit here right now with all of us here live in Toronto, what are 3 things you're grateful for?
Oh, wow.
It is hard to be a Leafs fan.
It's tough. Oh man, we love the Leafs. We don't boo them. I am grateful for all of you guys because I would not be here 26 years later. I mean, literally, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Like, actually, literally, right? I'm grateful for my family. The support I've had over 26 years has been amazing, and they've all stood by my side. And I'm grateful for how far women's wrestling has come. Yeah. And, Lita and I reflect on it all the time. We say, like, we're just so honored, or whatever the word is. We're just so, the fact that we had a little something to do with building the foundation that they built the skyscraper on, we're honored. And the fact that I got to go back and dip my toes into that water was pretty cool as well. So I'm just thrilled to see that you guys have embraced women's wrestling, given us a voice, given us a seat at the table, so to speak. And it's, I'm completely, I'm humbled and grateful to be a part of that movement.
I love that. Give it up one more time for the Hall of Famer, Trish Stratus.
Thanks, guys.